A choice to change the world began on April 11th, 1881 in the basement of Friendship Baptist Church, where two women, Sophia B. Packard and Harriet E. Giles, had a $100 pledge to fulfill a dream to create a school for African American women in the South. Little did they know, their dream, Spelman Seminary, would change the trajectory for Black women forever. Looking back more than a century, Spelman's legacy has always been about changing the world. The essence of this legacy was captured in this excerpt of an article written in the October edition of the Spelman Messenger, the year 1911. Quote, "The lessons of service and usefulness which have been taught all these years in Spelman have resulted in sending out into the world a body of earnest young women who find delight in giving freely what they have received. Those that were seen were but examples of many others that are doing as good work in other places." Spelman's legacy is more than historic. It is an infinite revolution that has enabled women, whether you know her name or not, to impact and shape every aspect of American culture, from industry game changers to literature and on the big screen, from shaping our government to innovative disruptors and leaders in corporate America. There is no question Spelman women have been at the forefront of change. Every woman that made the choice to attend Spelman College accepted the challenge to uphold the legacy and ensure her story will indeed change the world.
Good morning. I'm Adrienne Lance Lucas, President of the National Alumni Association of Spelman College Atlanta Chapter, and it brings me great honor to welcome my Spelman sisters, college staff, friends, and sponsors to our 44th annual scholarship fundraiser. Thank you all for your support and helping to celebrate this year's honorees and our two deserving scholars with their post-secondary education, Jasmine Wilson and Tamia Arrington. Jasmine Wilson is a junior psychology major from Atlanta, Georgia. After graduating, Jasmine has her intention set on changing the lives of our youth as a child forensic psychologist. As a first-generation college student, Jasmine is inspired by the new experiences and challenges she has encountered at Spelman. Jasmine aims to continue to blaze the trail of success for her family, her high school alma mater, Thurl High School, and her community. Congratulations, Jasmine. Tamia Arrington. Tamia is a freshwoman psychology major. Tamia is excited about making the choice to attend Spelman and aspires to work in the healthcare industry as a sports medicine physical therapist after graduation. Tamia is a trained ballerina who attended Stillwell High School and has led her community through service. Aside from pursuing a career in sports medicine, Tamia plans to open a dance studio where she can inspire and mentor young women. These two women are the recipients of the Atlanta Chapter Local Scholarship, which they will receive annually throughout their matriculation at Spelman. On a graduated scale, they will receive up to 25% of their tuition and fees in her first year, 50% in her second year, 75% in her third year, and as a senior, she will receive up to 100% of her tuition and fees paid through the generosity of our chapter members, friends, and all those who contribute to our scholarship fundraiser. Thank you so much for your supportive community, to our supportive community, for their incredible generosity. The NAASC Atlanta chapter's commitment to students does not cease with giving support to our local scholarship fund. Jordan Parker is the NAASC Atlanta chapter's endowed scholarship recipient. She is a senior political science major and aspires to change the world by receiving an advanced degree in jurisprudence. She hopes to instill a sense of community-based advocacy and creativity in the next generation of Black advocates, artists, and intellectuals. At Spelman, Jordan hones her leadership skills by serving as the captain and social media director for the Spelman College Speech and Debate Team. She also is the Culture and Arts Awareness Chair for the Spelman chapter of Girls Going Global, Inc. Congratulations, Jordan. Now, before we jump into the event, I want to provide just a little bit of history on our fundraiser. The Atlanta chapter started this event in 1977 to ensure that we could help alleviate the financial burden for 2 Atlanta area students. To date, more than $300,000 has been awarded to 30 students who are from the metropolitan area. And of this number, 9 have received scholarships for their 4 years at Spelman. Since starting this fundraiser, the cost of tuition, as you know, has grown from $1,800 a year to now exceeding $25,000 a year. So again, we want to thank you for your generosity. Our students continue to need the help more than ever. So if you know someone who missed the opportunity to make a contribution before today, inform them that it's never too late to support a Spelman woman and the next generation of our scholars. The other amazing component of this fundraising event is the opportunity to recognize alumni and others within our Spelman community who are game changers. Today, we are happy to honor 3 women who are truly undaunted beacons of light: a powerhouse educator, a corporate executive turned ultimate community advocate, and Spelman's 10th president. The NAASC Atlanta chapter is proud to present the 2021 Outstanding Community Service Award to Cynthia Wyatt Cody from the class of 1976. Cynthia Wyatt Cody is a woman of God. She has an unwavering commitment to her family and to serving others. For 40 years, Cynthia had an outstanding corporate career in finance, working mostly for the Macy's and Bloomingdale's Corporation, where she eventually retired as a senior executive. She is a great example of what Spelman produces: an executive, loving wife and mother, and dedicated volunteer who to this day continues to find time to always give back. For nearly 3 decades and counting, she runs the Allen Temple AME Church Soup Kitchen, food pantries, and clothing banks. Her work has impacted thousands of area residents and families. Cynthia is an active member of the Atlanta Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and serves on the scholarship and membership committees of the NAASC Atlanta chapter. And the list goes on and on. Cynthia is married to her childhood sweetheart, renowned artist, Mr. Raymond B. Coty. She is the mother of 2 amazing daughters, Dr. Fatima Cody Stanford and Mrs. Maya Cody Louder, and 2 incredible sons-in-law, Corey J. and Rondell. Servant leadership is ingrained in her DNA. Please join us in congratulating and welcoming our 2021 Outstanding Community Service Award honoree, Mrs. Cynthia Wyatt Cody.
When I received the call from my illustrious president, Adrian Les Lucas, I said to her, "Baby, let me call you back," and proceeded to explain all the life challenges that confronted me at the moment. And she said, "Cynthia, this is not my first call to you. You are always so busy helping others." And then I stopped to listen and heard the words, nominated for and voted to receive the 2021 Community Service Award. I told her, I don't do what I do for any recognition or awards, as the tears began to pour from my eyes. So let me now say thank you. Thank you to the National Alumni Association of Spelman College, the Atlanta chapter, for this honor. This is a tremendous blessing to be recognized for an organization that you love so much, for something that you love to engage in every day of your life. When God placed me on this earth, it was for God's purpose. It is a blessing to be a blessing to others, to be a service to others. And you know, He wants each of us to be a blessing to others, and the service to others comes in so many forms. So you find what form that you can be of service and blessing to someone else. As a daughter of an educator who taught in areas throughout the city where there were always great needs, that's where my passion grew at an incredibly young age. And that passion for love and service has continued throughout my life over 50 years. Today, one of my passions is our Caring Hearts Food Pantry out of Allen Temple AME Church, where Reverend Dr. Susan Buxton is our senior pastor. We serve annually over 5,000 persons, over 50,000 pounds of food in an area where people walk to the pantry. This is just one of the many places where I serve our community. As my family states, each and every day I wake up, my arms are stretched wide open to serve. My heart is there to serve this world. Special thanks to my husband, Raymond B. Cody, to our beautiful daughters, Fatima Cody Stanford and Maya Cody Louder, to our son-in-laws, Corey J. Stanford and Rondu Louder, my family and friends, my sisters in the class of 76. Again, thank you to National Alumni Association of Spelman College, Atlanta chapter, for this award. I love you, my sisters. To God be the glory. And please, let's continue to serve our brothers and sisters in our community. To God be the glory.
The NAASC Atlanta chapter is proud to present the 2021 Distinguished Alumna Award to Marion Smith Jordan of the class of 1967. Marion is a woman of many talents. She is a lifelong educator, community leader, and entrepreneur. After earning her degree at Spelman, Marion went on to receive her specialist and master's degrees in education as well as an AS5 certification. From owning a child care center and education consulting company to working for Atlanta Technical College as an instructor, Marion has touched the lives of so many. Her desire to help others reach their highest educational potential is paramount and an essential part of who she is. If that isn't enough, Marion also embarked on a career in real estate in which she helped countless others realize the American dream of owning a home. Marion still finds time to give back to her community. She is the past president of the NAASC Atlanta chapter and a committed member of the NAACP, National Council of Negro Women, and Friendship Community Church. Please help us congratulate and welcome this well-deserved honor to our 2021 Distinguished Alumna Award honoree, Mrs. Marion Smith Jordan.
Allow me to extend my extreme thanks to the National Alumni Association of Spelman College, the Atlanta chapter. I gratefully accept the 2021 Distinguished Alumna Award. Since 1977, you, the Atlanta chapter, have financially supported over 30 scholarship recipients at a cost of over $300,000. You are to be applauded and highly praised for work well done. Thank you. 55 years ago, when I entered Spelman, I realized it was a good fit for me soon after I arrived. The beautiful campus, sisterhood, focused and caring instructors and administrators who were approachable and appeared to enjoy people as much as they enjoyed their jobs. All this gave me an immediate appreciation for the choice I made to attend Spelman. Over the years, my respect and appreciation for Spelman's legacy increased as I worked with Spelmanites and learned about local, state, and national achievements of well-known Spelmanites. Because of my love of Spelman, I tried to indoctrinate my daughters at an early age. I enrolled them both in Spelman's dance group, theater. They later were graduated from Spelman, and they're both presently board certified pediatric dentists. Upon inspiring others, the three of us are now a family of 9 Spelman graduates, with 5 more granddaughters in the waiting room. Promoting excellency in disciplines, integrity, moral conduct, institutional advancement, and top recognitions of achievements give Spelman's legacy one we can be proud of and proud to maintain. Now, we can maintain this simply by giving our time, our talents, and our money to maintain a strong Spelman legacy for years to come. Thank you.
Please welcome our 2021 True Blue Awards honoree, the 10th president of Spelman College, Dr. Mary Schmidt Campbell.
Thank you, Adrienne. It's such an honor to be honored. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Well, Dr. Campbell, we're going to jump in. We're going to have a brief conversation. And we're going to start out just recognizing that our theme is We Made the Choice, Continuing the Legacy. And as the 10th president, you're a member of a diverse and elite club of Spelman College presidents who have paved the way, really, to elevate, this space of where we find Spelman today. And so for that, we say thank you, of course. But our founders, white women to men, all allies, were helping to advance the education of Black women. And so what we'd like to know is, as a leader, we often take lessons from those who have come before us to use their experiences as a point of reference or even a launching pad. Can you tell us just a little bit about what you've learned as you've sat in this seat as the 10th president to carry with you?
What I've learned has been volumes, Adrienne. And what I've learned mostly is that Spelman College has been really fortunate to always have the right president at the right time. Because as you know, we're 140 years old.
Yes.
And we started out 20 years after emancipation. And in those years, we had these two fierce white missionary, Baptist missionary women who poured their lives into starting Spelman College. This wasn't a job for them. This was their life every single day, sun up to sundown, 24/7. I've read their papers, their correspondence. I've read what other people have said about them. They literally worked themselves to death at Spelman College, Sophia B. Packard and Harriet Giles. The other thing that I've learned by looking at the histories of each of the presidents before me is that each of them, in his or her own way, had to really struggle for every nickel and dime to support Spelman. In the early years, it was the Rockefeller family. Mm-hmm. And the college really was very, very fortunate because for many, many years, the family first through John D. Rockefeller Sr. and then his son, who took up the calling as well, who continued to pour money into Spelman, building residence halls, our steam plant, our laundry rooms, many of our beautiful buildings that are still on campus to this day. So Spelman has been very fortunate to have that kind of steady investment through the years. And then the third thing that I think has really been extremely important is that each president understood what was necessary for the time in which he or she was living and fashioned the college to be responsive to that time.
I love that. I love that, Dr. Campbell. And, you know, you now sitting as the 10th president and, you know, looking forward to your retirement, you know, aside from the outstanding fundraising prowess that you mentioned, which some presidents actually took on, you've already brought in over 200 million to Spelman.
275, but who's counting?
I love it. I love it. So as you look forward, right, to this next stage of your journey and you begin to exhale and move to the next phase, what do you hope will remain from your time at the helm as the president of Spelman as she continues her legacy?
Well, I had the good fortune to inherit something that has remained these 140 years, and that was the fiscal stability and sustainability and growth of Spelman College. So as you may know, when Donald Stewart joined the college as president, our endowment was maybe $45 million. Mm-hmm. That endowment is now $530 million. And that comes from very careful, responsible stewardship over the years. So one of the things that I hope is going to remain for the college is that kind of attention to keeping it sustainable, because it's with that stability that we're then able to build academic excellence. We have an extraordinary faculty. When I say an extraordinary faculty, I'm talking about faculty who are committed to teaching. They love the mission of Spelman College, and they're research and creative active. I have faculty who are on the Academy of Arts and Science, like Beverly Guy Sheftal, Dr. Guy Sheftal. I have faculty like Dr. Ayoka Shinzira, who has an Emmy nomination and a NAACP award nomination. I have faculty who are stellar in computer science, biology, English, who are doing groundbreaking work. And they're committed to their students, and they're committed to the success of their students, and committed to the success of the students beyond graduating. And finally, I think, you know, Spelman has the sisterhood. You know, when I first came here, I think I thought of the sisterhood in terms of social bonds. being able to rely on each other and depend on each other. But what I have learned in these 6 years is that these are deep ties that expect our students to not only be successful for themselves and each other, but for their community. They understand that this is not about getting an education for personal success alone, although we certainly want that. It is to be able to go out and change those communities, build those communities, make the kind of changes people like Stacey Abrams can make, which have national and international impact. So I think that concept of sisterhood is profound, and we have to do everything we possibly can to keep growing that and sustaining that and making it work not only for our students, but for all of our communities.
Well, Dr. Campbell, in these 6 years, you have done tremendous work during some trying times, I might add, with the pandemic. It was unique. And we of course, thank you for that. So tell me, what's your proudest moment?
I have many proud moments. My proudest moments have always been those moments of deep connection with the students. I've often talked about my President's Reading Circle, which is something I did. I started out when I came here, honestly, for kind of selfish reasons, because I thought it would be a good way for me to get to know students and know them deeply and understand how they think, understand the problems that are worrying them in this day and age, and do that around an exciting book journey. And also being able to introduce them to some of the authors of these books, which has been absolutely fantastic for all of us. And I have experienced those moments not only in my reading circle, but for example, on Sunday, I attended the Miss Spelman Tea. Now, Miss Spelman pageant is one of my favorite events at Spelman. And it really is a pageant that allows our students to showcase who they are, how they live their values, what their principles are, and what they hope for themselves and for each other. And at that tea on Sunday, it was one of those moments where every single student stood up and spoke about, during this crisis, this horrible crisis of the pandemic, when their families were threatened, their health was threatened, their economic stability was threatened, when our country was threatened with a potential insurrection in the context of the election, the racial reckoning, all of that was hugely impactful for our students. They talked about what Spelman College meant to them during that time. The way that Spelman stepped up and stepped in, the way it permitted them to connect with each other and stay connected to each other and to a community. And I realized in that moment, once again, how absolutely vital and necessary a place like Spelman College is, and why it absolutely not only must survive, but continue to get stronger and stronger from one presidential regime to the next.
Very good, very good. And I know that this might be a little bit out of school, but this next question, Dr. Campbell, is really about, as Spelman women, we're extremely proud. We love our alma mater and we take it very seriously. And we also love to have those personal connections with the president as they come in to this position. Do you have any words of advice for the 11th president? What would you tell her? We're going to claim that it's her. What would you tell her?
I would tell her to spend all the time she needs in those opening months to get to know the school. Spend time with the students. Visit a class. Go out on one of the excursions. Go to one of the public schools with Spell Reads students to watch them interact with the young people in our community. Go around the country and visit the alumni. I remember in those early years going to Detroit and to Tampa and out west to Sacramento and up to New Jersey, and really getting around the country, getting a feel. Kentucky, I remember I had a great event in Louisville, Kentucky. Get out and get around the country. Houston, there was another place where I visited. Get around the country, get to know the alumni. I was honored with an honorary degree from Duke University. So I said, well, let me see who's might be at Duke now from Spelman College. Lo and behold, an extraordinary physicist by the name of Dr. Adrienne Stiff Roberts has a research lab at Duke. She's doing extraordinary things. I thought, who knew? So our alumni are these treasures that are spread out all over the world. I was introduced to Dr. Luleta Lema, Ethiopian-born computer science major, who developed a digital platform for medical records on the continent of Africa. That was a recipient of one of the Jack Ma prizes. Who knew? I mean, our alumni are absolutely extraordinary. Get out, find them, connect with them, and enable them to bring their riches and talents back to the campus to inform the campus experience as well. Get to know the faculty. As I said, extraordinary faculty. And I have to say, a real shout out for our Board of Trustees. Spelman has a Board of Trustees that really has at the heart of its interest the college, the well-being and continued growth of the college. And they have really come, they always have been. It's always been a very strong board. And I would say to the president, establish a relationship with each and every one of those trustees. So that's a lot to do in the first year. And I would add to that, get to know the Atlanta University Center presidents. In the past 5 years in particular, we have really come together and understood a real strength in working collaboratively and not competitively. And understanding that with that collaborative nature, we can offer our students a gourmet feast of opportunities by complementing the strengths of each other, as opposed to maybe trying to duplicate or replicate what each other has. So yes, that new president will stay very busy in the first year.
And I'm sure that she will have your phone number. So anything else that comes up, you can provide additional advice for whatever we have not thought of today.
Absolutely.
So Dr. Campbell, as you take this next step in your journey in life, we wish you well, but ultimately we thank you for all that you have done to continue to put Spelman on this trajectory for excellence and success.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we thank you for your partnership, because we, the NAASC Atlanta chapter has had a wonderful partnership with you, and we will miss you.
And I've had a wonderful partnership with you, and I will miss you. And please don't forget to invite me back from time to time.
Absolutely, we will. So Dr. Campbell, I'm liking your new do, how you have sported this. You know, we teased last time with the Angela Davis. Now you're taking it back to the cornrows. We love it. We love you, my sister. Good luck.
Thank you.
And for our 2021 True Blue honoree, we say thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
We are entering the season of giving. Your mailboxes are becoming flooded with great causes to support across the nation and abroad. As you determine your philanthropic path forward, consider Spelman. Visit NAASCAtlanta.org to contribute to either the local scholarship fund or spelman.edu and select the NAASC Atlanta Chapter Endowed Scholarship. We are blessed to live in Atlanta, where the community embraces our mission with open arms. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, East Atlanta Pediatric Dentistry. We also want to acknowledge our program book sponsors, Cody Fine Arts and Illustrations, Washington Pediatric Dentistry, Carol Jones Agency of State Farm Insurance, Theodore Jordan and Family, and Spelman College. Thank you so much for your support. Please visit naascatlanta.org and click on their logos for more information. Congratulations to our scholars, Jasmine Wilson and Tamia Arrington. Congratulations to our alumni, honorees, Marion Jordan and Cynthia Cody. And to Dr. Campbell, the True Blue Award recipient. You are all amazing and an inspiration to us all. Now, putting on an event, especially during a pandemic, is not easy. I have to thank our co-chairs of the Fundraising Committee, Patrice Francis from the class of 1990 and Crystal Woods from the class of 2001. And we cannot forget that amazing committee that works with them. Thank you. You all did a fantastic job. To our sponsors, we also want to thank you for always supporting Spelman women and helping the next generation of Spelman women achieve. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 44th Annual Scholarship Fundraiser. We made the choice, continuing the legacy. Now, as I leave you with a few thoughts, remain safe. Love on each other. For our students, continue to think about and encourage them. And for alumni, as you continue your journey beyond the gates of Spelman, consider joining us as we convene socially, spiritually, intellectually with a sense of purpose, all powered by sisterhood. Visit us at naascatlanta.org. Enjoy the rest of your day, and may God bless you.